करो विशेष, आप फिर और कहीं जुड़ जाएंगे।
मैं 1 मिनट थोड़ा सा।
हेलो, जल्दी आ जाना। तुम बोलोगी तो।
हाँ, अरे कल आप आए, हम थोड़ा मीटिंग में थे, अपनी मुलाकात ही नहीं हो पाई।
यस मैम, बोलो स्टार्ट करो।
मैम प्लीज स्टार्ट।
कहाँ से?
वही मीटिंग
आप
चल
इधर
रही
आ
है, मैं
जाइए।
आऊंगा। हम खुद ही आएंगे आपको लेके।
हेलो सर, किसी बात कर रहे हैं विशेष आप तो?
आप स्टार्ट मैम।
Good noon, everyone. Myself Dr. Lata Bhattacharya, convener of the. It is a matter of immense pleasure for me to welcome you all to national webinar on entrepreneur opportunities in fish culture, organized by School of Studies in Zoology and Biotechnology, Vikram University, Ujjain. First of all, I would like to introduce Patrick. Convener of it is a matter of immense pleasure for me to welcome you all to national webinar on entrepreneur opportunities organized by School of Studies in Zoology and Biotechnology. First of all, I would like to introduce Patrick and President of the webinar, Professor A.K. Pandey, Vice Chancellor, Vikram University, Ujjain. Chief guest of today's webinar is Professor Ravin Kanare, Chairman, Private University Fee Regulatory Commission, Madhya Pradesh Government. Now I invite Honorable Vice Chancellor for presidential address. Please, sir.
Others, please mute your speakers.
Hello.
Others, only one person should.
हेलो,
Sir, please.
हाँ मैडम, हमारी आवाज आ रही है नहीं?
Sir, I request all the other speakers to please mute your speakers. Only the speaking speaker should allow his mic to be open.
आप वहाँ से म्यूट कर दीजिए, म्यूट करो।
Sir, आप
आप
mute
स्वयं,
कर दीजिए।
आप सभी।
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है, लेकिन प्रदीप सर और श्रीवास्तव सर प्लीज आप लोग अपने स्पीकर्स म्यूट कर दीजिए सर।
हम लोग की आवाज
म्यूट अपन थोड़ी करेंगे, लोग करेंगे।
म्यूट कर दीजिए।
प्रदीप सर का तो हुई नहीं,
मान ही रहे सर, बच्चे भी तो बहुत सारे हैं।
कहाँ दिख रहा है? हाँ ये है पार्टिसिपेंट। आवाज इसमें क्या ऐसे क्यों नहीं आ रही?
तो बोल ही नहीं रहे हैं।
बच्चों का तो ऑन से प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रही है।
अलग से फोन कर दो ना सबको, फोन करो।
हेलो, हाँ मैडम, हमारी आवाज आ रही नहीं? हेलो,
सर यू आर ऑडिबल। वीसी सर प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर, प्लीज।
आवाज आ रही है कि नहीं? हमने तो अनम्यूट कर दिया, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
बिल्कुल आ रही है सर, बहुत अच्छे से आ रही है, प्लीज बोलें सर।
चलिए, आज मैं सबसे पहले तो मैडम को धन्यवाद दूंगा कि उन्होंने एक इनिशिएटिव स्टार्ट किया और आज इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे हमारे कई फिशरीज के जो हमारे बहुत ही दिग्गज लोग हैं उनको इकट्ठा किया। मैं इस कार्यक्रम में सबसे पहले तो हमारे आदरणीय कनारे सर को, हमारे प्रोफेसर प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव साहब को, सुधीर श्रीवास्तव साहब को, सबको नमस्कार, आप सभी लोगों को नमस्कार करता हूं। और ये जो एक इनिशिएटिव प्रोफेसर हमारी मैडम लता भट्टाचार्य जी ने स्टार्ट किया है, मैं उनको बहुत बहुत उनको धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि हमारी थोड़े दिन पहले चर्चा हुई और उन्होंने इस बात को तुरंत अपना डिपार्टमेंट में स्टार्ट किया। इससे हमारे दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट भी कम से कम इसमें आएंगे। तो इसलिए जो है मुझे लगता है ना कि मैं सबसे पहले मैडम को ही धन्यवाद दूं, और खास तौर से मैं कन्हारे सर को और हमारे जो प्रोफेसर प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव साहब है। मुझे मालूम है कि आयोग में कितना काम और कितने बिजी हैं, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी उन्होंने इसमें विश्वविद्यालय को इनविटेशन पे उन्होंने इसमें शामिल हुए। मैं उनका भी बहुत आभारी हूँ। हमारे जो प्रोफेसर शरद श्रीवास्तव साहब हैं, इनसे तो हमारी खूब मुलाकात हो रही है, और इनसे हमने निवेदन किया है कि हमारा डिपार्टमेंट थोड़ा सा आप ही का डिपार्टमेंट है और इसको आप करें। ये जो आज जितने भी हमारे इससे जुड़े हैं, सबको मैं नमन करता हूँ, सबको मैं अभिवादन करता हूँ, और उन्हें धन्यवाद भी देता हूँ कि उन्होंने हमारे भी अपने हमारा नहीं बल्कि अपने ही विश्वविद्यालय को, अपने ही विभाग को आप सभी लोगों ने आज जुड़ करके, और एक तरीके से एलुमनाई मीट हो गया। कन्हारे साहब भी शायद इससे जुड़े रहे, श्रीवास्तव साहब, दोनों श्रीवास्तव साहब इससे जुड़े रहे, और आप सभी आज जुड़े हैं। सारे विद्यार्थियों को मैं सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं और उनको शुभकामनाएं मैडम को देता हूं कि बहुत अच्छा ये एक कार्यक्रम हो। और डेफिनेटली आज जो है नई शिक्षा नीति है, उसमें ये बिल्कुल निश्चित है कि अब केवल हम डिग्री ले करके या केवल किताबी जो ज्ञान है, नॉलेज है, उसको पढ़ करके आज जो है कुछ होने वाला नहीं है। अब हमको हर सब्जेक्ट में कहीं ना कहीं लर्निंग आउटकम बेस्ड करिकुलम हमें डिजाइन करना है, और हमें कैसे जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, चाहे वो बीएससी के स्टूडेंट हो चाहे एमएससी के स्टूडेंट हो, हम उन्हें किस तरीके से थोड़ा रोजगार से जोड़ सकते हैं। मैंने जब अभी विक्रम विश्वविद्यालय में ज्वाइन किया तो मैंने देखा कि इतने स्टॉल वर्ट यहाँ पे रहे हैं। सामने एक प्रतिमा जिनकी लगी है, वही अब पूरे विश्व में एक तरीके से जूलॉजी के नाम में, मतलब उनका नाम जूलॉजी के क्षेत्र में कितना बड़ा, और इसी को ध्यान में रखते हुए हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे जूलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से, जो बायोटेक्नोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से ये स्टार्ट किया है। और यहाँ पे सुविधाएं पहले से ही जो आप लोग करते आए हैं, बीच में किसी कारण से डिसकंटिन्यू हो गया था, वही चीजें फिर से दोबारा आप लोगों की मदद से दोबारा जो है जूलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट को रिवाइटलाइज करने की मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, और उसमें मैडम हमारा पूरा सहयोग दे रही हैं। और इस फिशरीज जो है, इसको हम लोग इकोनॉमिकल, फाइनेंशियल इन टर्म्स में इसको डेवलप करना चाहते हैं। और मैं आप दोनों श्रीवास्तव साहब से ये मैं निवेदन करूंगा, इसमें आप लोग थोड़ा मदद करें विश्वविद्यालय को, और ये हम कैसे कर सकते हैं इसका थोड़ा सा हमको आप लोग इसमें अपना गाइडलाइन और सब दें। मैं पुनः आप सभी लोगों का अभिनंदन करता हूं, और मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि आप लोगों की जो भी डायरेक्शंस होंगे उसे इम्प्लीमेंट करने में मैं मैडम को साथ दूंगा। ज्यादा नॉलेज तो हमको इसमें नहीं है, लेकिन ये क्या हो सकता है, डेफिनेटली फिश कल्टीवेशन एक आज बहुत बड़ा एक उपक्रम और ये स्किल डेवलपमेंट का प्रोग्राम है। हम यहाँ पे उसके सर्टिफिकेट कोर्सेज, डिप्लोमा कोर्सेज, ये सारे चालू करना चाहते हैं। यही नहीं, हम लोग जितने भी हमारे विश्वविद्यालय के रिसोर्स हैं, उसे कॉमर्शियल फिश कल्टीवेशन की भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हम कैसे, हाउ वी कैन गो फॉर द कॉमर्शियल प्रोडक्शन ऑफ फिश। और अभी मैडम ने मॉस्किटो गंबूशिया एक वो छोड़ा है, अभी उसको मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं। तो ब्रीडिंग के बाद हम लोग उसको यहाँ शहर में भी, जो जितने मलेरिया से जहाँ पानी इकट्ठा होता, वहाँ मैडम के निर्देश में वहाँ सब बच्चे उसमें जाएंगे और काम करेंगे। इसमें सुबी और एक शुक्ला जी, अरविंद जी, ये बहुत अच्छा, ये बहुत दिनों से हमारे पीछे पड़े हैं और ये बहुत एक्टिव हैं। इसी तरीके से मैं कोशिश करूंगा बाकी और फैकल्टी भी इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो, इस तरीके के प्रोग्राम लाए जिससे विश्वविद्यालय में थोड़ा एक रोजगार से संबंधित कोई ऐसा एटमॉस्फेयर तैयार हो। तो आज मैं मैडम से अनुरोध करूंगा कि हमारे जो एक्सपर्ट हैं, हमारे खास तौर से फिशरीज में प्रोफेसर प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव साहब का मैं भोपाल में देखा हूं, इनका इतना बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट वहां था, इनका इतना बड़ा वहां सेटअप है। सर से थोड़ी मदद लेकर के आप ये देखें कि कैसे हम यहाँ डिजाइन कर सकते हैं फिशरीज को। सर की मदद, मैंने वहां देखा है भोपाल में आपका सेटअप, और थोड़ा हम उनकी मदद ले करके हम यहाँ कैसे सेटअप कर सकते हैं इसका थोड़ा चर्चा आप जरूर करिएगा सर से। मैं अभी भोपाल जाऊंगा तो मैं उनसे पर्सनली भी मिल करके उनसे कुछ प्रोजेक्ट और इस तरीके की गाइडलाइन में लेके आऊंगा। तो आप लोग थोड़ा चर्चा करें और सर लोगों की गाइडलाइन से इसको देखें कैसे कर सकते हैं। मैं आप सब लोगों का पुनः अभिनंदन करता हूं, धन्यवाद। मैं सुन रहा हूं, मैं आपसे जुड़ा हूं, लेकिन थोड़ा बीच में एक दो मीटिंग है, मैं अटेंड करके फिर मैं आपसे जुड़ूंगा। नमस्कार सर।
ये सर
अभिनंदन करता हूँ, धन्यवाद। मैं
Thank
सुन
you.
रहा हूँ, मैं आपसे जुड़ा
sir.
हूँ, लेकिन थोड़ा बीच में एक दो मीटिंग है, मैं अटेंड करके फिर मैं आपसे जुड़ूंगा।
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
नमस्कार सर।
Sir, now I invite Honorable start with the webinar. I now invite our first and inaugural speaker, Professor Ravin Kanare, with request to deliver his lecture on prospects of fish culture in tribal area. Professor Ravin Kanare is an eminent popular scientist, well-known personality of our country. Dr. Kanare has worked as professor and principal of Government College Badwani. He has published several valuable research papers in nation and international journals. We are extremely grateful to him that he has given time for this webinar. Now I invite him to deliver his lecture. Sir, please. Dr. Ravin Kanare. Dr. Ravin Kanare.
अगर नहीं है तो we can start with प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव सर। अगर मैं let me talk।
Okay, sir, Pradeep.
एक मिनट मैम,
अच्छा।
let me call।
Okay, Dr. Ravin Kanare. ये कमलेश cannot unmute. Hello, Dr. Kanare. Dr. Kanare. Dr. Kanare. सर नहीं जुड़ पा रहे। प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव जी को बोले।
यस मैम,
बोलो
इनवाइट कीजिए।
हेलो डॉक्टर कनारे। नहीं, कनारे सर दिख नहीं रहे।
हेलो सर,
डॉक्टर
स्क्रीन पे दिख नहीं रहे, कह रहे हैं
नहीं दिख रहे।
आपने एंटर ब्रॉडकास्ट स्टूडियो किया।
थैंक यू वेरी मच Dr. Kanare. Start with the webinar. I now invite our first and inaugural speaker, Professor Ravin Kanare, with request to deliver his lecture on prospects of fish culture in tribal area. Professor Ravin Kanare is an eminent popular scientist, well-known personality of our country. Dr. Kanare has worked as professor and principal of Government College Badwani. He has published several valuable research papers in nation and international journals. We are extremely grateful to him that he has given time for this webinar. Now I invite him to deliver his lecture. Sir, please. नहीं, Dr. Ravin Kanare. कनारे साहब नहीं आ रहे। Dr. Ravin Kanare नहीं दिख रहे। हेलो सर।
मैम आप प्रदीप सर को इनवाइट कीजिए।
अच्छा,
मेरी स्लाइड कैसे अपलोड होंगी ये पूछ रहे हैं, नहीं तो वहाँ मैंने सभी को एक ईमेल भेजा है ना, तो वहाँ से ही कर देना।
सर क्या करें? प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव जी को इनवाइट कर लो। डॉक्टर कनारे। हेलो डॉक्टर कनारे।
मैम प्रदीप सर।
ओके सर, जुड़ नहीं पा रहे अभी। वी आर हैप्पी टू इनवाइट प्रोफेसर प्रदीप श्रीवास्तव who is famous scientist and professor in the field of limnology and fisheries. Dr. Srivastava has worked as professor and head in School of Studies in Zoology, Limnology, Bartullah University, Bhopal. He has published several research papers, written valuable books, and has completed various projects. Sir, please, Dr. Pradeep Srivastava.
हेलो,
Sir, Dr. Pradeep Srivastava.
ये स्लाइड कैसे अपलोड होंगी? हाँ,
Dr. Pradeep Srivastava.
शेयर स्क्रीन में जाता हूँ। अभी कर सकते हो क्या?
Hello, Pradeep sir. Hello, Dr. Pradeep Srivastava.
अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं तो आप है ना, आपके पास भी तो नहीं 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 ये मैंने
Hello,
अभी
Dr. Pradeep Srivastava.
आपको मेल में भेजा है जो रिसेंट है।
Dr. Pradeep Srivastava, please. Sir, बोल. Hello. Hello. Hello sir. Sir, फोन बंद करिए.
हाँ कर रहे हैं, जस्ट 1 मिनट दूंगा। फोन लगा दोगे तो जुड़ेंगे तो
Sir, Pradeep sir, please. Start करिए sir आप.
बस
Scientist and professor in the field of ecology and fisheries. Dr. Srivastava has worked as scholar and head studies in zoology and he has published
Yes, I'm sharing my screen. I'm opening my PPT. Slightly slow it is. Just what I'm sharing, I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen? Hello. I am not audible. Am I audible?
Sir, आप start करिए.
Sir, you can start now.
Can you see my screen? हमारा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है कि नहीं?
वो स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं, आपको देखो ना यूट्यूब पे माइक म्यूट करके देखो, किसी और का लैपटॉप नहीं चल पाएगा, यूट्यूब आपका
आया Pradeep. हाँ sir, please start sir.
हमारी आवाज नहीं पहुंच रही है।
यस सर, आपकी आवाज क्लियर है।
अच्छा, हमारा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है?
हाँ sir.
हाँ दिख रहा है
सर, आपने शेयर स्क्रीन किया?
सर स्टार्ट कर दीजिए.
Right. Thank you. At the outset, I will thank Professor Amish Pandey, Vice Chancellor, Vikram University, for creating such an opportunity through Dr. Lata Shukla, head of the School of Studies in Zoology. And this is a very good opportunity for interacting with others and other experts also. And this is a very happy occasion. You know, it is like homecoming, going back to my alma mater. and speaking for the development my alma mater. So I will be here and sharing and telling you as to what I have done. I've been a professor of Berkeley University and head of agriculture department for a number of years and limnology also. And in these two departments, we developed a lot of programs which pertain to fisheries technology, and we had a lot of money which flown in from various sources from government of India and from the USDA also, and from other ministries of the state government and government of India also. With that money, ICR, primarily ICR, crores of money we got from them. We created very good infrastructure where we demonstrated the various technology of fisheries, including, I will tell you, some other technology which is not being often used here, but it's very good for areas like, Western Madhya Pradesh and other areas also. So in the beginning, I would like to say that we have a postgraduate degree, MFSC in Applied Aquaculture. This is a 2 years program. And this 2 years program, we recruit students from, various states. So we have 40 seats and all 40 seats are filled up here. This is a self-financing program. The fees is higher even than the people come here. These students come here from far-flung areas like UP, Bihar, West Bengal and South, etc. So I am telling you this thing is this MFSC program is a very important program. So we not only teach the theoretical aspect of fisheries science, but we also give them a lot of hands-on training. And the basic idea of and that's why we have created infrastructure for fisheries technology demonstration, fisheries production and breeding. Although the University Grants Commission doesn't give much money because it's a very limited amount that we cannot create heavy infrastructure using this amount. But then we have done. You see, through various projects, as I told you, there were 10-15 agencies who gave us a lot of money. With that money, we have created a lot of infrastructure of fisheries. I will show you. And there we gave hands-on training to them. The idea behind, I will revolve around as the today's theme, the entrepreneurship development. The idea is that, entrepreneurship development in students can be brought about only when they are basically associated with successful entrepreneurs or successful businessmen. This is what we have been trying here, so that we made a joint venture of training programs along with students and the fisheries entrepreneurs, fisheries societies, fishermen, and also the people's representative of the state government, the government fisheries officer, etc. They all joined together to carry out various research programs. Various training programs in the state in the department. So the students were trained and they got the experience of how an entrepreneur behaves, what is the thinking process of an entrepreneur in fisheries, how he behaves under different circumstances, when there is a stress, when there is a normal condition, and how dynamic he is, how disciplined he is, and how is his behavior. Everything comes in entrepreneur's development, not only the technology part. And that's why this was a very frequent, event, which we did, almost 10 times, 8 to 10 times in a year. It provided the availability of the water is there or not, but that was always a constant everywhere, even in Bhopal also. But then, so long as we had water, we did it. When the water finished in the campus, then we went outside and did other activities. So throughout the year and for the 2 years, a lot of activities we did apart from the classroom teaching. The idea was that, as the professor, the vice chancellor said, that there should be a learning outcome. So in order to increase and enhance the learning outcome, we did this exercise. So this is the current slide tells you about what kind of infrastructure we have. We have approximately 30 acres of land. If you come to Berkeley University, because I will speak only what I did. Although I have retired from there, I am in some other organization now. But then I can speak when it comes to fisheries, whatever I did when I was in job in the university. So we have approximately 30 acres of land, and this is allocated for Applied Agriculture Department. And we have 2 major brooder ponds, which are perennial in nature. We somehow fill them up, these ponds, using the groundwater and other supplies of water, and sometimes the water flowing to the campus also. And then we have some 22 nurseries where we do rearing of the fish sea. 22 nurseries, very wide infrastructure. This is as big infrastructure as any government infrastructure of the state government infrastructure in various districts. So it's very big infrastructure. So we have some 22 nurseries, very big nurseries, and some 7 or 10 cemented ponds where we do controlled research activities on fish feed breeding and survival rates, etc. Apart from this, we have eco hatcheries also. I'll tell you about the eco hatchery also, and we have the freshwater fish production. This department had a project from the Department of Biotechnology of Government of India, where they were doing the freshwater prawn production also. And this was a part of the project which the Every Council of Science and Technology had under the Mission Mode program, and our department was also part of it. So we also do the part of this program. We successfully demonstrated freshwater prawn production it was difficult always, very difficult, but then we did somehow and succeeded also. We have the fishery people know all these, the infrastructure that I have listed in my slide, like the Magur hatchery. We have the Magur hatchery also. I'll show you in the subsequent slides as to what we did in the Magur also. We had the outdoor Magur hatchery, we had the indoor Magur hatchery where we have successfully done this work. And then we have the Bangla Band for the fishery production and breeding also. And we use the water. As you know, we have the constant water availability in the campus, like in many other areas, also in many other cities, especially in Western Madhya Pradesh. So what we did was that we harvested the water, the surface water that was flowing through the university campus. We basically stopped it and recharged our groundwater so that this groundwater remains available for some considerable period of time when there is no rains, or the rains stop, or when there is availability of water decreases as a result of evaporation, etc. We also did a lot of rooftop harvesting the water also. But this is the part. This is all called eco fisheries, eco hatcheries, and eco fisheries also. We are making use of the limited resources that are available to you for fisheries development and for breeding and fisheries production. So this is all we have. I'll show you and the next slide is tell you about as to what we have been doing or what we are still doing. There, of course, the people who are there in the department are doing this better than what has been done till now. It's a very dynamic team working with Dr. Litindras there at head of the department of this this department. He does a lot of work here. So these are apart from teaching, we do training, we do demonstration of technology to students, to the entrepreneurs, to fish farmers, and also to the fisheries officers. And I will tell you in the subsequent slides, the fisheries officers came for the training from various places also, like they came from Jammu and Kashmir, they came from the state government also, and they were trained here in whatever technology we developed, in whatever technology we successfully demonstrated here. And then there's another area was the lot of finfish and shellfish seed production we did. I'm showing the slides also. We have done it here. And also under a project which we had from the Department of Ocean Development, we did a lot of commercial production of fish seed. As a university, we cannot sell it, so we donated it to various societies from Jhabua, Khargon, Khandwa, and various other places. They came and we donated them. We didn't sell these seeds, a lot of seeds. I'll show you. I don't have those slides with me right now, but then some of the slides will show you as to what this technology is. Then also, apart from this, we have, the expertise we have and the infrastructure we have for manufacturing of aquaria. That is very important thing, because this is part of part of the information development program also. But this also has a lot of money in self-employment also. It brings about so the breeding of ornamental fishes and the manufacturing of aquaria. This is also training which we imparted to students and raw material students, to the fishermen societies, and the entrepreneurs also. Entrepreneurs sometimes are, as you know, you can define, they are the standalone entities. They're not societies. Somebody we have in Hoshangabad, we have in Kawar, we have in Itachi and other places also. They are the entrepreneurs, and in Bhopal also we have entrepreneurs on go towards Paragar and onward towards Sihor. So they all came and participated. Then we shared our experience. Whatever we knew, we told them, and whatever they, of course, knew more than us because they have been practically doing the fisheries there. So we learned a lot of things from them. Now we also provide and give consultancy to the consultancy services to we gave consultancy services to the government agencies also and to the private entrepreneurs and others also. This is what we did. So I'll tell you on the slides, you can see the slide. This is what is the slide on the top left shows about the wide spread of the systems of the water that we have in the ponds and in nurseries, etc. You can see the part of the department. It's not the entire view of the department, but it is part of the department. So it's all filled with water. This water is filled with the rain, whatever precipitation we get, and the water that flows through the nala through the campus. We stop that water and that fill up these nurseries in the ponds also with that. So this is how we are using the water. We use that water also. Now on the other slide, you can see there's a University Grants Commission team which visited our department, and we are demonstrating it to them as to what we have done in two lower side. On the top right slide, you can see this is called we have a D85 hatchery system and a water recirculatory system. It's a very high-tech system that we use for breeding as well as the fish raising from spawn to fry and fry to fingerling also, and a very high density condition. This system was established in Van Vihar area in Bhopal. If you have been to Bhopal ever, you must have seen the Van Vihar. We were given Van Vihar is close to Upper Lake, and there was a lot of water supply. So we established this hatchery there so that we could easily get water from there. And you can also see a lot of things behind. This hut has inside it a lot of equipments like the positive displacement blowers and other equipments also. And then there are 4 or 5 tanks you can see outside. And I will just tell you about this technology later on. This is the infrastructure that we have. These are the close views of the various nurseries which we use for seed breeding, and of course the market size fish production also, fish breeding also. And this is our own students and people, those who are working in our laborers. They are all fishermen folk who have come here for training, and they are working here. And the students are also participating in it. So this is how we learn from them. The students learn from them practically. So when they pass out from here, they know a lot of things which they can use for their own enterprise if they want to develop. You can see it is all self-convincing we put it up as to how much we are doing. This area, if you see here, I will just try to show you on the top right photograph, you can see there is a cemented wall. This cemented wall, there is water on the one side, other side is the pond nursery, and this side is the water. This is the big nala that flows through the university campus and carries huge amount of water, rainwater and other water also. This water we tap and use for filling our ponds. This water we use for breeding purpose also, because it is flowing water. We use net here. We put a net across the nala, and so that the brooders do not escape. And then we do a lot of breeding for here also, and we have the other techniques also. Most of you know what are those techniques of breeding here. With flowing water, we make use of a breeding purpose. This is how, such a widespread area, like, some 22 ponds is not a small area. In each pond size, you can see the size of each pond here. And this again among the research activity, as I told you earlier, we have some 22 cemented ponds here in the campus. You can see one of the slides on the lower right shows you about the cemented ponds. There we do a lot of. This is a pearl culture that is being done here. The pearl culture training is being done here in this pond, and this pond used not only for pearl culture, but this pond is being used for many other purposes also. For any kind of experiment for raising for a spawn to fry and fight fingerling, or for other purposes we use these things. And I will tell you here, the water supply system is excellently well. It's all underground laid down pipe, and there is an overhead tank you can see in the I do not have those slides. And see, am I visible? And let me know. I'm audible also. Can you see my slides now? Why I'm sharing the screen? No, just a minute. आप बताइए आइए. You can. It was there. It was there. नहीं. अच्छा, इस स्लाइड तो मैंने शेयर किया है इसमें तो. हाँ वो तो है. स्क्रीन शेयरिंग वाज कैंसिल. लेट मी गो अगेन. शेयर स्क्रीन पे जाता हूँ मैं. जैसे शेयर स्क्रीन एप्लीकेशन विंडो पे जाए ना. फिर शेयर करूँ उसको मैं. नहीं ब्लू क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? होना चाहिए ब्लू. हाँ. ओ अब आया. अब एक मिनट. कैमरा ऑफ. स्टॉप स्क्रीन. कैमरा ऑफ. हाँ तुम ऑफ कर दो. क्या माइक ऑफ करें हम? म्यूट कर दें माइक. अब बताइएगा. अब अरे पहले दिख रही थी नहीं दिख रही थी पहले स्लाइड. अरे इतनी मेहनत क्यों करी? बड़ा मुश्किल हो गया तो. हाँ आई डिड नॉट नो अबाउट इट. अरे तो आप मैं लाइव तो हूँ मगर ये स्क्रीन शेयर क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? तो स्टॉप शेयरिंग. हाँ भेज देते हैं. चलिए. अच्छा तो मैंने जो पहले स्लाइड्स बोली हैं दोस वेयर नॉट. अच्छा. You can see now can you see this is अच्छा ठीक है. मैं इसको बंद करूं फोन को. ओके. नहीं अगर कुछ बंद हो तो फोन करिएगा मुझे. Okay, so this is what is basically infrastructure I was telling you about that we have in the department. I told you about the number of ponds, number of hatcheries, number of nurseries, and the cemented systems that we have here. I've told you about. This is what it looks like. And the top right is a project. Was an ocean development program that I did for the. I was telling about where the water is limited. So this photograph right now on the top right is that photograph, and then the UDC team visiting the department. It is one. And these are the various nurseries you can see that we have been using. I have spoken to you everything about it, and just I will go through it. So that we use for breeding and raising of the fry to fingerling, fry to spawn fry and to fingerling. Along with these, so the students and the fishermen, they're all participant trainers here. They're not laborers here. So this is how they learn from us, and the students learn from them. We also learn from them. And this is our spirulina culture and zibifect culture and vermicompost culture. Everything is we see. We prepare the fish feed also here, and this is a part of the training. that we give to the fishermen also, because they are not aware of the latest things. They go, by default, or whatever traditional is being done, they normally do it. So whatever new things or whatever we know about the fish feed, etc., and how to develop and prepare fish feed, they also do. They learn from us also. And these are the semen systems that we use for 20, some 8 or 10 semen systems we have that we use for various experimental work. And this particular photograph is for the pearl culture that we did under a program from Department of Science Technology. This is what I was showing you, how beautiful this aquaria we carry out the training for. We have the system, we have the infrastructure for training of making of manufacturing of fish aquaria, and also for breeding of the ornamental fishes. So this the one inside in picture you see is the aquaria that we developed, and our research scholars developed. The fish breeding was also done by them, and they maintain it. So how beautiful it is. It's a very rich source of income for any entrepreneur also. And I just would like to speak a few minutes and take for telling you about this project also. So when there is a less water, so with a limited water, you have to produce and do breeding of the fishes, and then you have to have spawn, and you raise spawn to fry to fingerling under very high density condition, because you do not have water. There is very limited water. With the same amount of water, you have to do stocking of spawn 4 or 5 times than the normal, right? So you can see, and also the for breeding purpose also, and from hatching, fish hatching also, we do as a we have been using a technology that was developed by Dr. S. N. Davey, and that is called as D85 hatchery. You can see in the rear there's a conical system, where kept behind just close to that hut might there, and these are D85 hatcheries where we, the spawn is derived from the eggs through a closed system. I just will tell you about this thing, what we do. Here we stock these ponds. These ponds have 20,000 liters of water. We stock it with spawn at the rate of 5,000 spawns per square meter. So there is 20 square meter, 20 cubic meter. So 1 cubic meter is 5,000 spawn, with 20 cubic meter into 5,000. This is the number of spawn that we stock it with. This is very high density. What would happen is that if we leave the water as such, the spawn will die. There will be recovery of hardly 20%, not even 30%. 20% of spawn will be recovery as a fry. What we do is we maintain a flow of water in this tank, and this flow of water is done through the various pipe system fitted, plastic pipe system fitted around inside the spawn, which facilitates the water to move in a circular fashion and in a vertical fashion. So the entire water, the 20,000 liters of water inside this tank gets mixed up, right? So there is no ammonia formation, there is no pollutant formation within it, because we do a lot of feeding also on the fishes, of course, through the register system, so that there's not much spill away. But then there is defecation by the fish, so that also may create ammonia, etc. There is no depletion of oxygen in the ponds. That we have to keep in mind. That's why we continue to aerate using the system. And this is done by blowing water in this pipe, and this blower is put in this hatchery, which is called as a positive displacement blower. And this positive displacement blower is the one. It's not like the blower which used for for filling air in the tires of the vehicle. But this water, the air moves only in one direction. It doesn't go back. So a lot of pressure is created in the pipe, and that positive displacement of air brought about by these motor pumps moves the water inside these ponds in vertical and in horizontal way, circular and vertical way. There's no, and then apart from this, we also fit these things with a sprinkler. There are sprinklers fitted inside the around in the periphery of the pond, inside the periphery of the pond, which sprinklers watering it, so that the water is kept cool. It doesn't get heated also, and also it gets aerated. And there is we do not replenish. We replenish 20% water in 10 days time. I'm telling you this thing. because we do not allow it to get deteriorated also, because there is not much water available, and that's why we have to do everything within it. And in this limited water with such a high density of breeding, those who do fishery know about it. We have been able to get 80% survival from prawn to from spawn to fry, and approximately 70-80% from we have been able to get from from fry to fingerling. Fingerling of maybe some 20 mm size, we have 15 to 20, or 15, approximately 15 mm size, 15-20 mm size we will get mostly catla. Then we have used other species also, like, and sorry, mostly common carp, because for an experimental, we use the system with the common carp, and then so that we could do it twice in a year, it breeds twice in a year, because, and also we have been able to do with the other carps also. And a lot of input I'm just telling about, I'm telling about this department has done, but then I would just like to acknowledge with thanks all those big fishermen of the country who have contributed in developing this department. We start with Dr. D.P. Dubey, who was the first director of the fisheries, and everybody who works in fisheries knows the fisheries of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh is owing to Dr. Dubey. Right? He was instrumental in developing not only this hatchery, but also the entire department. And Dr. S. N. Dwivedi, Dr. S. N. Dwivedi was from the ICR, but he was additional secretary of Ocean Development Department. Dr. S. D. Tripathi, most of us in the department know because of Dr. S. D. Tripathi and Dr. Dehadra. All these 4 persons are known to all of you. They all have contributed a lot, and also Dr. Ayyappan, who was the DG ICAR. Dr. Ayyappan is basically an immunologist. He was ICAR Director General for a number of years. He gave a lot of money towards South Indian. So these are the people, and at the base of this was Dr. Qureshi, Dr. T. A. Qureshi. If you know, Dr. T. A. Qureshi was a professor. He's the first professor of this department, who was instrumental in developing this department. He's a student of Dr. Hasrup. You can find his name. हाँ जी, फिर आवाज गई. नेक्स्ट कर दें. अब देखिए हुई चेंज हुआ है ना. तो हाँ ठीक है. तो I was telling you about the how people have done it. Now we have organized large number of training programs here, and here we have made use of the services of the expertise of the people from various ICAR departments also, the scientists of ICAR department who came and imparted training to the fishermen, to students, and to the entrepreneurs also. And under World Bank program, the water restructuring program, we had money through the Directorate of Fisheries also to carry out such awareness program and training program for fishermen for. So that also we have done. We have made use of our infrastructure that we have. So in this training, you can see in this training, the people being trained here, the fishermen talk, you can see the fishermen societies, people representing various societies from around. Normally they came from different parts of the state, but we have, of course, from Khandwa, Khalgon, Jhabua, and then from the Hoshangabad, Itarsi, and various places they came here. You can see people here. They all came from training. They stayed here for 4, 5 days, 7 days here, and we made all arrangements in the department for them, because the under the World Bank program, they provided us money also to make all such arrangements. You can also see this thing again. We are demonstrating technology here under control conditions here also, and we are giving lectures. So it is not only a theoretical lecture that we give to these fishermen, but there is also the hands-on training, because we have the infrastructure available with us. And we have also given training to the fisherwomen also. You can see the women from various societies or fisheries societies also came, and were trained under various programs and schemes of the fisheries department, the government of Madhya Pradesh, and through fisheries department we got that assistance, the money, and then we invited the fisherwomen and we trained them in various areas of fisheries also. You can see in this photograph. You can see Dr. Kamlesh Borana. Dr. Kamlesh Borana, Dr. Susan, Dr. Patel, they have been very instrumental here. They were earlier also needed. Now we have, and this is what the research and development activities that we have. You can see here the people, Dr. Vipin, myself, Susan, and Kamlesh. We have been doing all research here, and they have been working for some ecological work for fishes in the ecological work. You can see Shipanna, Vipin, and another student here, and this is Gaur working for the water quality analysis, and then there's that lecture also. This is the part of the R&D that we do here. This is the tank I was telling about. You can see on the left hand side, this is the water tank that supplies water to all the entire system here. This again is, the training program of the fish farmers and entrepreneurs. You can see very well. It is not only that they have come for a day, they stay here for 4, 5 days, 7 days here, and then they get benefited. We make all arrangements for them. So you can see Dr. Qureshi demonstrating the fishes, the different species of fishes. Right? You can see also the fish that we have developed here. These are the students of the department. And some demonstration is going on here. You can see the cells of the batteries of the nurseries here on the top right of the department that we use for fishy production. And the fish you can see here. Yeah, this is table fish that we have developed, and this is what. And these pictures are not from other places. This picture is from the department itself. The true picture you can anytime come and see. And we have a mangrove hatchery also that we developed under the University Grants program. Here UGC gave us some 25-30 lakhs rupees as an incentive to have mobilized the research projects and research funding from other sources. So university gives incentives to those who mobilize the research funding, sizable amount of. So we had some 4 or 5 crore rupees under a project from NVDA along with the School of Studies in the University. Dr. Sharad was there, and Dr. Kesla was the coordinator of this project. The other university was JNPD, Jabalpur. So under this program, we get some 25 lakhs rupees department, and we developed the mangrove hatchery. This was being looked after by Dr. Shipanna. She was looking after. You can see our students working here. They successfully bred the mangrove species here. This is a Indo hatchery of mangrove species here. We have successfully bred. And this was also, these students were also given hints on training in the mangrove breeding. Mangrove breeding, one learns, difficult aspect, learns this thing, it brings a lot of money, as mangrove is very expensive. Now, fish feed is another area that is very important. So this is the fish, how the fish feed is being developed. This is a part of the training that we carried out here, and that was a regular practice also. Fish feed production here, fish feed production, paradisation. We had all instruments here for paradisation, for raising the culture of the various algal species and habitats, etc. I've shown you here in this slide. This was a part of, this is like any professional department does, research department or development department does for the training. We have been able to do it. And this again is the training of the fish feed production training being given to the women and the fishermen who came from various societies, represented by the society here. And this is the evolving the structuring program that we have. So I have shown you this thing. And this is the program that I would like to show you is for the fisheries officers. Some of the slides to show you there was fisher. We have organized the training for the fisheries officer. You can see Dr. K.K. Tiwari and our Vice Chancellor that's also sitting here on the dais, and the earlier Director of Fisheries was sitting here. So we organized this training program for the fisheries fisheries officer of the state government as well as the fisheries officer of the JNP government also. You can see in the training. And it's not only that we trained them, we also got trained by them. They know a lot of things, practically we are working in it. A lot of things and new techniques and knowledge we gain from them. The students gain from them. So that's why this is how the part of the process of making an entrepreneurship development program. It cannot be done in isolation. We can't do it standalone. So outreach activities also. We work with some NGOs also. There's another NGO, Society for Environmental Conservation we work for. And there we demonstrated the seed production. We demonstrated how to analyze the water to judge its suitability for fish feed raising, etc. And also we had some access to cage culture also. And that was cage culture was CIFE program. So we had access to the cage culture also. one of the reservoirs. So the students used to go and work in that cake culture program also. That's very important cake culture these days. So this is one society that will work for them. So because we have to establish an outreach also. Otherwise, doing everything within the department and not going out to show to people, reaching out to the people as to what we know and what we can give to them, what we can give to them to further enhance and improve their knowledge. Um, there is no fun in doing it. There is no point in it. You can see the people here, the tribal people also here we've been working. You can see Sparna is perhaps here and Dr. Vipin and others are working here with these societies. This is not the department, it is outside the department. And this again is programs that we have done along with the NGOs. Everything we have done, how to do excellent packing of the fish feed is one program, but then of course there's a lot of awareness program we have done with that. And looking to the or considering the contribution that we have made to the science of fisheries, perhaps they thought it is considerable and it is perhaps worth attracting them or being acknowledged by them. The Parliament Society of the Government of India, which only visits the state government, no universities, only ICAR institutes or the state government. They chose to visit us, and this is the department where there were 15 parliamentarians and 4 IAS officers from the Government of India and some 2 or 3 from state government in the director of fisheries, etc. All of them came in the state for 3 hours in the department. We have Dr. Nisha Dubey, our Vice Chancellor, welcoming Mr. Acharya, who was the leader of this parliamentary committee. He is a member of parliament. And then there are other many member of parliament from Karnataka and from Karnataka and Gujarat, Maharashtra, etc. They are all sitting here, and I think the Vice Chancellor addressing them with Dr. Sandeep Tiwari, the staff sitting. And also we have, you can find them speaking, giving lectures, and we spoke to them about what we have done in these years in the department and what is the potential of this department, etc. That we spoke to them about. And just a minute, just to finish. All right. Hello. Okay. अभी आया है अच्छा ठीक है and so let me see why there is no sharing of this thing. So can you see my presentation or not? Hello. Can you see my presentation or can you hear me? Anyway, so just a minute. Let me confirm. If I am not able to share my screen, I think there's no fun screen. Hello. क्या शेयर नहीं हो रहा है स्क्रीन? अच्छा ठीक है तो लास्ट वन. So this is the Parliament Committee which visited our department and we have made presentation before them as to what we have been doing, what potential we have, and what we want to do in the future to develop the aquaculture for the benefit of the students, for the benefit of those who are engaged in the business of aquaculture in villages and for entrepreneurs also. And after 1 hour of lecture and almost 2 hours of interaction with them, they were convinced and they made a recommendation to the state government for further assistance to this department, a major assistance, and the parliament. And I came to know that the committee has recommended for a very major support from government of India to this department for for the development, especially focusing on
Yes, sir.
availability of water.
Yes, sir.
So this is one. This
हाँ
is
सर
what.
बोलिए.
Hello.
हाँ सर बोलिए सर. डॉक्टर लता भट्टाचार्य.
Okay, this is all we wanted to. I wanted to tell you about. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for such. Yes, sir. Such a nice presentation. I am thankful to you, sir. Now I invite. I would like to invite second keynote speaker of Dr. Sharad Srivastava. He is well-known eminent scientist in the field of limnology and fisheries. He has worked as professor of zoology and coordinator as BSc Honors Biotechnology, Vikram University, Ujjain. Dr. Srivastava has published many research papers and written several books. He has completed various research projects sponsored by ICMR, MEPCOS, NVDA, DST. Now, I invite Professor Sharad Srivastava to deliver his lecture on present status and future prospects for inland composite fish culture in India. ये क्या हुआ?
अरे यार इन लोग हाँ कैसे शेयर होगा? दिख रहा है? हेलो अब मेरा ऑडियो चल रहा है कि नहीं? ठीक, ओके ओके. Honorable Vice Chancellor, chairman of this conference, Professor A.K. Pandey, Dr. Lata Bhattacharya, convener, distinguished guest speaker, and all the members of organizing committee and friends. Thank you very much for inviting me for this presentation. The topic of my presentation is present status and future prospects for inland composite fish culture in India. This slide shows the current status of fish production in 2012, where China was the biggest fish production. Next is India, producing 4.64 million tons of fish. Recently, in 2018, fish production is about 6.24 million tons. A technology developed by fisheries scientists in which more than one types of fish species of different feeding habits are cultured together to get the maximum production from the pond, utilizing the natural resources of the ecological niches. This technology is called as composite fish farming. This figure shows the vertical profile of a pond where three zones are identified. The surface zone is called as epilimnion, where phytozooplantons are present. Mid-bottom and column zone are known as metalimnion, where algae and other microorganisms are present, detritus are present, and the bottom zone, which is called as hypolimnion. In these three zones, fishes of different feeding habits are cultured together to utilize the all ecological niches. This system of fish culture is called as composite fish farming. In India, Indian major carps are cultured. The important Indian major carps are katla, which feed on zooplankton, is a surface feeder. The another important Indian major carp is rahu, is an omnivorous fish feeding on column feeder. The next important Indian major carp is mrigal, which is detritus feeder feeding on the bottom zones of the ecosystem. When Indian major carps are not available, in such condition, exotic fish means fishes imported from outside country are cultured. The important exotic fishes are silver carp, which is plankton feeder, feeding on the surface zone. Grass carp is a herbivorous fish, feeding on surface and column zone and marginal area, while the common carp is detritus feeder, feeding on the bottom zones. This figure shows the pictures of Indian major carps which are cultured in pond. The important one is katla, having the fastest growth rate. Then the most popular fish, Labiorhita, which is known for its good taste. And another bottom feeder is Syrinus mrigala. The technical parameter that need to develop composite fish culture in ponds require selection of pond, and pond management. The selection of pond means the pond should be deep and it should not be shallow. The soil of the pond should be fertile. The pond should have inlet and outlet. The pond should not receive water from human colony or from the industries. Now, the next important technical parameter is pond management. Pond management involves 3 stages. Number 1, pre-stocking, stocking, and post-stocking. Pre-stocking require removal of aquatic weeds. The removal of aquatic weed is very important because it is present in the most productive zones of the pond, which hamper the growth of fish. Therefore, removal of weed is very important. The removal of weed by manual or mechanical labor is the best method of weed removal. Sometimes chemicals are used, such as weedicide, 1,4-D, but these chemicals are harmful, thereby they are avoided in cultured fishes. Now, the next pre-stocking management is removal of unwanted predatory fishes and other animals. When we stock small fingerlings in the pond, these predatory fish and other animals such as turtle, crocodile eat these fishes and reduce the fish production. Therefore, their removal is very important. The removal can be possible by sun drying the pond. But recently, Mahua oil cake is applied at the rate of 2,500 kg per hectare per year, which is initially used as fertilizer, used as a poison, then act as a fertilizer. Then the next management is liming. Liming of pond neutralize the acidic water. The acidic water is harmful for the growth of fish. Similarly, liming also kills the parasites. The next pre-stocking management is fertilization or manuring. Organic fertilizer such as cow dung and inorganic fertilizer like superphosphates are introduced in pond to increase the phytoplankton and zooplankton. Then the next management is called as stocking. The stocking, normally stocking of the fish is by advanced stage of fingerlings. Advanced stage of fingerlings should be 50 to 100 grams in size. And therefore, it is suggested that the fingerlings of 10 to 12 months old should be stocked. Depending upon the availability of seed, the stocking of the pond is recommended by Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute in 3 combination, where 3 species combination, 4 species combination and 6 species combinations are there. The species Katla Katla, Rahu, Mrigal, silver carp, grass carp, and common carps are used. In 3 species combination, 40% Katla, 30% Rahu, and 30% Mrigal is normally stored. In 4 species combination, 30% Katla, 30% Rahu, 20% Mrigal, and 20% common carps are stored. In 6 species combination, 15% Katla, 20% Rahu, 15% silver carp, 15% grass carp, and 20% common carps are stored. Now, after stocking of 10 to 12 months of proper management, the production or fish yield is about 3,000 to 6,000 kg per hectare per year. So this established that the fish culture is a profitable business. The unemployed youth of our state or our country go for fish culture practice to earn their livelihood by adopting improved method of fish farming. CS Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute suggests that 3 combination of fish farming. In first combination, single stocking and single harvesting. Second combination suggests single fish stocking and multiple harvesting. While the third method suggests multiple stocking and multiple harvesting. According to CFRI, the multiple stocking and multiple harvesting is the best method of fish culture and the farmer get the maximum money. Some of the important measures of fish cultures are, number 1, that the stocking of advanced fingerling or yearling should be heavily stocked, and when the fishes are harvested, it should be more than 500 grams. The multiple stocking and multiple harvesting use aerator. Integrated fish farming should be increased. Integration with the dairy, poultry, piggery, duckery. So this will increase the fertility of pond. Another important measurement is the use of mawa oil cake. Mawa oil cake is initially act as a poison, and after 15 days it acts as a fertilizer. So mawa oil cake is recommended to use as a fertilizer. Both organic and inorganic fertilizers should be used. Application of fertilizers, application of supplementary feeding such as groundnut oil, rice bran is given, which increase the fish food and the production is very high. If we follow these management, the production may range from 8,000 to 9,000 kg per hectare per year. In India, initially, in composite fish farming, three types of fishes, katla, rahu, and bottom feeder Syrinus mrigla are used. But most of the farmers use katla and rahu because these fishes having a high market price and quick growth. In the absence of Indian major carps, three exotic carps, silver carp, grass carp, and common carps are used. But fish farmers do not prefer because there are less demand in the market and price is also low. This graph shows that there is a continuous increase in the fish production in India that indicate the fish production is a good business and should be adopted by the farmers. Now some problems are identified. The number one is inter and intra-sectoral competition and problem. By aquatic problem, number of fisheries problems develops. Next is lack of investment and credit. Investment is also required. Next is lack of hatcheries and fish seed distribution centers. Next is unorganized sector with limited participation with qualified professionals in the farming. And the most important one is government policy towards the development and advancement of sector in the state. There are some suggestions are given. Number one is develop an ecosystem health card for ponds and lakes. Develop a database on aquatic resources. Observe a ban period to allow auto stocking. Diversify native fish species. Encourage integrated fish farming and polyculture. Distribution of quality seed. And lastly, in conclusion, it is generally observed that only 15% of freshwater resources are utilized for aquaculture, and this should be increased. Very strong efforts have to be made to boost the aquaculture. Next is the policy needed to be opened for the cross-border exchange, especially at the grassroots level. Next is, apart from the development of technology, a holistic approach taking into a consideration technical, environment, and socio-economic factor needed to be taken. Thanks. Thank you very much for
Hello.
in composite fish farming, three types of fishes, katla, and bottom feeder a high market price and quick growth. In the absence of Indian major cars, three exotic cars, silver car, because
अब बोलिए
because there
कौन
less
कौन आएगा
demand
अभी
in
कौन
the
बोलेगा
market and price is also low.
हेलो 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 हेलो
Shows that there is a continuous
उनका बंद
increase
करवाओ
in
ना
the fish production
उनका
in
बंद करो
India
ना म्यूट है मेरे सर का
that indicate the
हेलो
fish production investment
Hello?
is also
हेलो हेलो
required.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर
Next is lack of
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर
hatcheries and fish seed distribution center. Next is unorganized
बोलो ना
sector with limited participation with qualified
Hello.
professionals in the farming.
थैंक
And
यू
the
वेरी
most
मच सर
important one is government policy towards the development and advancement of sector in the state.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर
There are some suggestions are given. Number one is develop an ecosystem health card for ponds and lakes.
तो सब आ चुका है
Develop a data of auto stopping. Diversify
सर
native
थैंक यू वेरी
fish
मच सर
species. Encourage integrated fish farming and polyculture. Distribution of
इसको मना करो ना
quality seed. And lastly, in conclusion, it is generally observed that only
हेलो
15%
थैंक यू
of
वेरी मच सर
freshwater resources are utilized for aquaculture, and this should be increased. Very the policy needed to be opened by
हेलो
opened for the
Hello.
cross
Thank you very much,
border
sir.
exchange, especially at the grassroots level. Next is apart from the
हाँ सर हो गए बात
development of technology,
आवाज तो बंद
a
करिए
holistic approach taking into a consideration technical, environment, and socio-economic factors needed to be for
सर थैंक यू सर नाउ आई इनवाइट श्री एस डी नागले असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर फिशरीज देवास he completed his master's degree from GS College Batul and has completed 1 year training in inland fisheries in Navagaon Training Center. Dr. Nagle has worked at Hoshangabad, Baitul, Khandwa district of Madhya Pradesh. Currently, he is working as Assistant Director Fisheries Devas district. He is deeply engaged in improving economy by enhancing and encouraging fisheries activity. Now, I invite him to deliver his valuable lecture. Please, sir. Dr. Nagle. Hello, Dr. Nagle. हेलो ये कल का शंकर साहब जुड़ेंगे। हेलो डॉक्टर नाम प्लीज।
इधर आ जा मुझे।
शंकर राव जी आ रहा है।
हेलो। हेलो। हेलो मैडम, मेरी आवाज आप तक पहुंच रही है? हेलो। नेट नहीं मिल पा रहा है। हेलो, एक फोन लगाना है। देखा, एक फोन लगाना। अरे यार, तो नंबर लगाओ। कहाँ लगा है? चला गया, वो भी चला गया। हेलो। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने आज के कार्यक्रम के लिए मुझे बुलाया। मेरा मुख्य टॉपिक था मत्स्य पालन में रोजगार के अवसर। जैसा कि हम देख रहे हैं, आज की परिस्थिति है कि आज की बढ़ती आबादी और उसके लिए फिर भोज्य पदार्थ की आवश्यकता, इसके लिए बहुत जरूरी हो गया है कि लोगों के आर्थिक विकास हो। और इसके लिए ये जो मछली पालन जो है, इसका एक अभिन्न अंग है, जो कम समय में मत्स्य पालन की खेती कर तुलनात्मक कृषि से जो कृषि होती है, जैसे गेहूं, चावल, अनाज, इसकी तुलना में कम समय में ज्यादा आमदनी प्राप्त करते हैं। तो इससे रोजगार के अवसर बढ़ते हैं और जो ग्रामीण होते हैं उनको विटामिन और प्रोटीन की भरपूर मात्रा मिलती है, जो स्वास्थ्य के लिए बहुत बड़ा लाभदायक है। इसके अलावा साथ साथ एक फूड चेन बनती है। फूड चेन है जो फूड पिरामिड जिसको कहते हैं, कंट्रोल करने में भी के साथ साथ भी ये घर के ड्राइंग रूम में शोभा के काम भी आता है। और इसके पीछे जो निर्माण करते हैं वो उनको रोजगार मिलता है। तो इससे रोजगार सृजन और आय वृद्धि की क्षमता की संभावना के कारण ये व्यवसाय जो है बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है और इसमें एक मैनेजमेंट इसका एक बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है। तो इसे मत्स्योद्योग में रोजगार की स्कोप किस तरह से है, इसको मैं आपको एक संक्षिप्त में बताना चाहूंगा। जैसे हमारा जिला ही ले लें, देवास जिला ले लें, यहाँ पे लगभग 3251 हेक्टेयर जल क्षेत्र में मछली पालन हो रहा है, जिसमें लगभग 2500 मछुआरे जो है इससे रोजगार प्राप्त कर रहे हैं और अपना परिवार पाल रहे हैं। एक जैसे जिले में 42 समितियां हैं, इसके साथ साथ उनके करीब 1032 सदस्य हैं जो पूर्णतः मछली पालन पे ही निर्भर है और इनसे पूरा उनका जो है घर परिवार चलता है और उनके बच्चों की पढ़ाई और उनका जो आर्थिक सामाजिक स्तर इसी से जुड़ा हुआ है। तो मछली पालन जो है कितना अच्छा व्यवसाय है जो कम लागत में ज्यादा आमदनी प्राप्त करने वाला है। इसमें सभी वर्ग के लोग शामिल होते हैं, अनुसूचित जाति, जनजाति, मछुआ और ओबीसी सभी लोग इसमें जुड़े हुए रहते हैं। अब इसमें मत्स्य बीज से लेकर के मत्स्य उत्पादन, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी की जो परिकल्पना है कि आत्मनिर्भर भारत, तो उसमें महत्वपूर्ण दो बिंदु रखे हुए हैं, मत्स्य बीज उत्पादन और मत्स्योत्पादन। यदि मध्य प्रदेश मत्स्य बीज उत्पादन और मत्स्योत्पादन में आत्मनिर्भर हो जाता है तो यहाँ पे इससे बहुत मेरे ख्याल से लगभग 90% लोग जो मछली खाते हैं तो वो लोग भी इससे जुड़ जाएंगे और इससे आमदनी कमाएंगे। अब इसमें मत्स्य बीज उत्पादन से किस तरह से रोजगार प्राप्त होते हैं मैं इसके संक्षिप्त में बताऊंगा। मछली बीज उत्पादन चाइनीज हेचरी जो चाइना से आई हुई है, चाइनीज हेचरी, बंगला बंद, ड्राई बंद और वेट बंद, ये 4 प्रकार से ब्रीडिंग मछलियों में ब्रीडिंग कराते हैं और ब्रीडिंग कराने के साथ साथ जो इनसे जो मत्स्य बीज उत्पादन होता है उससे मत्स्य उत्पादन लेते हैं। तो चूंकि ड्राई बंद, बंगला बंद, चाइनीज हेचरी जो इनसे उत्पादन लेते हैं इसमें लोगों को रोजगार मिलता है और जहां पर रोजगार प्राप्त होता है वहां पर कोई भी कृषक बीज लेने आता है तो बीज लेने के साथ साथ वहां पर वो कुछ घंटे रुकता है। तो जब वो कुछ समय के लिए वहां रुकता है तो वहां पर अन्य सुविधाएं निर्मित हो जाती हैं। जैसे कोई कृषक किसी के पास कोई तालाब पट्टे पर है, बीज लेने के लिए किसी शासकीय इकाई पर या फिर कोई निजी क्षेत्र में जहाँ हेचरी रहती है वहां पर आता है तो वो कुछ घंटे वहां स्टे करता है। तो वहां पर उस स्टे को ध्यान में रखते हुए वहां के कृषक वहां पर उसके लिए चाय नाश्ते की व्यवस्था और रुकने की व्यवस्था, तो चाय नाश्ते की व्यवस्था करते हैं तो निश्चित रूप से वहां पे जो मछली बीज उत्पादन नहीं करता है उसको एक रोजगार मिलता है। जो वहां पर एक गुमटी लगा के बैठता है, चाय पानी की व्यवस्था करता है, उनको एक रोजगार प्राप्त होता है। इसके साथ साथ मछली बीज उत्पादन जहां होता है वहां से ट्रांसपोर्टिंग के लिए व्यवस्था कर रहती है। यदि कोई कृषक, चाहे वो शासकीय क्षेत्र हो चाहे निजी क्षेत्र हो, जहां पर ऐसी सुविधा रहती है वहां पर ऐसे नए क्रिएट हो जाते हैं कि जैसे मछली बीज किसी को ले जाना है तो डायरेक्ट वो कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर देता है कि भैया आप हमसे कॉन्टेक्ट करो, हम आपका बीज जहां आप ले जाना चाहेंगे वहां हम पहुंचा देंगे। तो इस तरह से लोगों को वाहन पर परचेस करता है, वो वाहन परचेस, साथ में एक ड्राइवर, कंडक्टर जो सीट पहुंचाने का काम करते हैं, इसके एवज में उनको पैसे मिलते हैं। तो इस तरह से किसी भी मछली बीज जो इकाई होती है वहां पर अन्य लोगों को भी लाभ मिलता है। और मछली बीज उत्पादन में जो कार्य करते हैं उनको तो रोजगार मिलता ही मिलता है, उनका घर तो उसी से चलता है, लेकिन अन्य लोग भी इनसे जुड़े रहते हैं। इसके अलावा जब किसी तालाब पर, चाहे वो शासकीय क्षेत्र हो चाहे निजी तालाब हो, वहां पर जब मछली बीज पहुंच जाता है और वहां से जब वो मत्स्योत्पादन करता है, मत्स्योत्पादन करने के साथ साथ जब वो वितरण करता है तो वहां पर मछली मार्केट तक ले जाने के लिए भी गाड़ियां उपलब्ध रहती है। तो उन लोग को अतिरिक्त इसका रोजगार प्राप्त होता है। इसके अलावा जैसे मछली बीज उत्पादन करते हैं तो मछली बीज उत्पादन के लिए प्लास्टिक बैग की आवश्यकता पड़ती है, उसकी एक इंडस्ट्री डाल सकते हैं। बांस की टोकनियां बनाते हैं, उसकी इंडस्ट्री डाल सकते हैं। तो इनमें हर काम के लिए अलग अलग जो निपुण होते हैं कार्य करने में, उनको रोजगार प्राप्त होता है। इसके साथ में जब मछली उत्पादन अच्छा हो जाता है तो उनको मार्केट करने के लिए, जैसे अभी आप आपने सुना होगा प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना स्टार्ट हुई है, जिसमें इसको बहुत इसमें इन्वॉल्व किया हुआ है। जैसे मछली बीज उत्पादन से लेकर के मछली मार्केट तक पहुंचाने के लिए प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना में इसको शामिल किया हुआ है। तो इसमें जैसे कोई कृषक साइकिल से मछली, यदि उनके तालाब से मछली उत्पादित होती है, यदि वो मार्केट में लेके जाना चाहता है, तो मछली की वो जो मोटरसाइकिल या साइकिल या 3 व्हीलर या 4 व्हीलर उनको प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना के अंतर्गत उनको उपलब्ध कराया जाता है, ताकि उनके आर्थिक सामाजिक स्तर में सुधार हो। और इस पे उनको अनुदान का भी प्रावधान किया हुआ है। जैसे साइकिल 10,000 रुपए की है, मोटरसाइकिल 75,000 रुपए की है और 3 व्हीलर 3 लाख रुपए का है। इसके बाद में इंसुलेटेड बॉक्स 20 लाख का है। इस तरह से ये यदि कोई जहां पर अच्छा उत्पादन कर रहा है तो उनको और आर्थिक रूप से सुदृढ़ करने के लिए प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना संचालित की हुई है। इसमें अनुसूचित जाति जनजाति को और महिलाओं को 60% का अनुदान है और बाकी जो कृषक बच जाते हैं उनको 40% का अनुदान है। तो ये प्रावधान किया है क्योंकि ये इसमें रोजगार की असीम संभावनाएं है। और जहां भी कोई भी कृषक इतना मध्य प्रदेश इतना बड़ा है, कोई कृषक किसी स्थान पर रहता है, वो अपने जिस परिवेश में रहता है उसके आसपास कोई ना कोई जल क्षेत्र ऐसा होता है जहां पर वो मछली पालन कर सकता है। यदि वो गंदा पानी है, पॉल्यूटेड वाटर है, तो वहां पर वो गंबूशा पालन कर सकता है। उसके अलावा स्वच्छ पानी है तो मेजर कार्प कल्चर कर सकता है, कतला, रोहू, मृगल, कॉमन कार्प, सिल्वर कार्प, ग्रास कार्प। और इसके अलावा एक नई वैरायटी भी आई हुई है पंगेसियस। पंगेसियस का उत्पादन तो इतना अच्छा है, बशर्ते उसमें एक यही है कि जो पंगेसियस पालन कर रहा है उसको वो मत्स्य का भोजन खिलाने की क्षमता रखता हो। यदि वो क्षमता रखता है तो उसमें बहुत अच्छा उत्पादन है। जैसे आप एग्जाम्पल लिया जाए तो देवास में ही एक कृषक है संदीप परदेसी नाम का। उन्होंने 1.5 हेक्टेयर एरिया में 2018-19 में 112 मैट्रिक टन का उत्पादन किया और उसका प्रस्ताव फिर मेरे द्वारा शासन को भेजा गया। तो दिल्ली से, केंद्र शासन से उसको राज्यों में मध्य प्रदेश का नाम लेकर के मध्य प्रदेश के देवास जिले को द्वितीय पुरस्कार प्राप्त हुआ है मत्स्य उत्पादन के क्षेत्र में। और आज वो इतना अच्छा काम कर रहा है कि उसने भोपाल से रायसेन जाते हैं, वहां पर एक 10 एकड़ जमीन लीज पर लेकर के मछली बीज सेलिंग का काम शुरू कर दिया। और मैं वहां पर 2 बार अभी विजिट भी करके आ गया हूँ। बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है वहां पर भी वो। और उसी ने यहाँ पर ग्राम डुंगरिया है 193 मैट्रिक टन का उत्पादन 1.5 हेक्टेयर क्षेत्र में 1.5 हेक्टेयर एरिया में लिया हुआ है। तो वो लगभग 1.5 हेक्टेयर एरिया में से करीब 40-45 लाख रुपए पर ईयर इनकम, नेट इनकम प्राप्त कर रहा है। वहां पे चौकीदार है, उनको चौकीदार को रोजगार प्राप्त हो रहा है। 3 गाड़ियां ले ली है उनने, उनको रोजगार प्राप्त हो रहा है। गाड़ी मार्केटिंग तक वो लाइव फार्म में मछली का बीज मछली पहुंचाते हैं, तो उनको रोजगार अलग प्राप्त होता है। पकड़ने वाले को अलग रोजगार प्राप्त हो रहा है। तो इस तरह से डिफरेंट टाइप की जो है वो रोजगार उनको प्राप्त हो रहा है। तो आज के परिवेश में मछली बीज उत्पादन से लेकर के मत्स्य उत्पादन में असीम संभावनाएं हैं। यदि कोई कृषक इस संबंध में काम करना चाहता है तो जिले में सभी जिलों में मछली पालन का कार्यालय है, सहायक संचालक के नाम से या उप संचालक के नाम से उपलब्ध है। कोई भी कृषक यदि जाना चाहे वहां पे, जो अपनी योजनाओं का लाभ लेना चाहे और अपनी सामाजिक और आर्थिक स्थिति में अगर उसको सुधार लाना चाहता है तो इसमें आके बिल्कुल निश्चित रूप से जुड़े। इसमें सभी वर्ग को जोड़े जाने का प्रावधान किया हुआ है। जी नमस्कार जी। ओके मैम। ठीक है,
हर चीज का तुम्हारा समावेश हो गया। रोजगार के अवसर को कंसंट्रेट करते हैं।
बस हेलो, बस कम से कम और क्या, बाकी तो कितना ढेर सारा है, लेकिन अब कितना बोलेंगे अपन। हेलो,
जो मनुष्य पालन कर रहा है उसको वो मत्स्य का भोजन खिलाने की क्षमता रखता है।
Now I would invite next speaker of the webinar, Mr. Ajay Kelkar.
Next is management. It's called as
Mr.
stocking.
Kelkar has completed his education from University of Agriculture Sciences, Bangalore.
Stocking.
He was posted at Balaghat, Vidisha, Bhopal, and Katni
The
district.
stocking of the fish is by advanced stage of fingerlings.
Now I
Stage of fingerlings
deliver his lecture of
to be
PM Matsya Sampada Yojana.
50 to 100 grams in size.
Am I audible?
अच्छा काम कर रहा है कि उसने
हाँ नमस्कार।
And therefore it is suggested that
Continue, sir.
the fingerling of 10 to 12 months old should be
नमस्कार।
stocked. Depending upon the availability of seed,
प्रधानमंत्री द्वारा
the
10 सितंबर
stocking of the pond
2020
is
को
recommended by
प्रधानमंत्री
Sector Inland Fisheries
मत्स्य संपदा
Research
योजना
in 3
लागू
combinations
की
where
गई,
3 species
जिसमें
combination,
मुख्य उद्देश्य जो है
4 species
मत्स्य
combination
उत्पादन में वृद्धि,
and 6 species
आय
combination
बढ़ाना
are there.
एवं आय दुगनी
This
करना,
species कतला
ये इसका मुख्य उद्देश्य है। प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना
and common
2020 से 5 वर्षों के लिए लागू की गई।
in 3 species
इन 5
combination
वर्षों में
40%
मत्स्य उत्पादन
कतला,
को दूना करना है
30% रोहू
और आय में
and
वृद्धि
30%
और रोजगार में वृद्धि करना, ये मुख्य उद्देश्य है।
normally stock.
इस
In 4
योजना के अंतर्गत
species
बहुत सारी
combination,
योजनाएं जोड़ी गई
30%
हैं,
कतला,
जिसमें स्वयं की भूमि पे
30% रोहू,
तालाब निर्माण यदि
20%
कोई करना
मेगा
चाहे
and
तो
20%
SC,
common cost
ST एवं महिलाओं के लिए 60% अनुदान,
are stocked.
OBC एवं जनरल के लिए
Species
40% अनुदान की पात्रता है।
50%
इसमें 7 लाख प्रति हेक्टेयर के मान से
20% रोहू, 15%
मतलब निर्माण के लिए दिया जाता है, जिसमें 4 लाख
and
इनपुट राशि भी
20%
जुड़ी है।
common costs
इस तरह से 11 लाख रुपए
are stocked.
के पूर्ण प्रोजेक्ट पर OBC
After
और जनरल के लिए
stocking,
40%, SC, ST महिलाओं के लिए 60% के अनुदान की पात्रता है।
Month of
यदि
proper
कोई
proper
कृषक
management
या कोई भी बेरोजगार यदि कियोस्क सेंटर का निर्माण करना
production
चाहे
or fish yield is
तो वो
about 3,000
10 बाई 10 की दुकान जिसमें मशीन स्टोरेज और डिस्प्ले कैबिनेट जिसमें रहती है, उसमें 10 लाख का प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट है, वो खोल सकते हैं। इसके अलावा बायोफ्लॉक्स स्कीम जिसमें 15,000 लीटर की जो है क्षमता रहती है, ये 4 मीटर व्यास और 1.5 मीटर इसकी गहराई रहती है। ऐसे 60 टैंक्स, 6 लाख रुपए कंस्ट्रक्शन पर और 1.5 लाख रुपए इनपुट्स, इस तरह 7.5 लाख का प्रोजेक्ट है। इसके अलावा RAS यूनिट के अंतर्गत 90 वर्ग घन मीटर के 8 पॉन्ड्स का निर्माण किया जाता है और प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट जो है वो 50 लाख रुपए है। और आइस प्लांट भी यदि खोलना चाहे तो 10 टन क्षमता के जो बर्फ का संयंत्र है, इसमें लागत राशि 20 टन होती है, ये भी खोल सकते हैं। इसके अलावा यदि जो मछली का परिवहन यदि करना चाहें तो उसमें यदि मोटरसाइकिल क्रय करते हैं तो 75,000 रुपए, उस मोटरसाइकिल विथ आइस बॉक्स 75,000 रुपए, जिस पर 40% OBC जनरल के लिए और SC ST के लिए 60% की पात्रता है। इसके अलावा यदि साइकिल क्रयकरण करना चाहें तो उसमें 10,000 रुपए की पात्रता है विथ आइस बॉक्स। और तिपहिया यदि वाहन यदि क्रय करना चाहे तो 3 लाख रुपए की उसकी यूनिट कास्ट है। तो यदि कोई भी कृषक जो भी बेरोजगार इससे जुड़ना चाहें तो वो इसका उपयोग कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा यदि स्वयं की यदि भूमि है तो 0.5 हेक्टेयर के यदि सर्कुलर हैचरी का निर्माण करना चाहें तो उसमें जैसे संवर्धन पोखर, ब्रूडर्स पॉन्ड और इसमें इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन, पाइपलाइन, ये सारे चीजों पर 25 लाख रुपए की यूनिट कास्ट है, उसका भी वे फायदा उठा सकते हैं। यदि बड़े टैंक्स हैं उसमें 1,000 रुपए प्रति हेक्टेयर के मान से 3 लाख रुपए तक का इसमें अनुदान की पात्रता है। ये जलाशय में मत्स्य बीज संचयन का कार्यक्रम है। इस तरह फिश मील का यदि स्थापना करना चाहे तो 2 टन प्रति दिन के मान से उत्पादन करना है तो 30 लाख रुपए की प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट दी गई है। और इसी तरह से यदि बड़ी यूनिट भी फिश मील की यदि खोलना चाहे तो वो उसके लिए भी पात्रता रखी गई है। ऐसे तमाम स्कीम जो है प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना में प्रधानमंत्री महोदय द्वारा लॉन्च किया गया है। 2020-21 से यह योजना चालू की है और 5 साल तक की अवधि के लिए चलेगी। इसका मुख्य उद्देश्य जो है मत्स्य उत्पादकता में वृद्धि, मत्स्य बीज में वृद्धि एवं बेरोजगारों को रोजगार दिलाना एवं आय में वृद्धि करना है। धन्यवाद।
In composite fish farming, 3 types of fishes, katla, rahu, and bottom feeder Syrinus megla are used. But most of the farmers use katla and rahu because these fishes having a high
उसमें 10 लाख का प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट है, वो बोल सकते हैं। इसके अलावा वायफ्लॉक्स इसमें
Thank you, Ajay Kalkar sir. Now, I like invite to Dr. B.S. Rao sir. Sir, kindly deliver to your lecture, please sir.
कंस्ट्रक्शन पर 1.5 लाख रुपए इनपुट्स इस तरह
And the age of the fish species and pond size. So these are all very, very important when we are going for a highly profitable fish culture practice. So in Andhra Pradesh state, freshwater fish farming activities well established. In Andhra Pradesh state, freshwater fish farming activities well established on the basis of their feeding habits, seed stocking size, age, plankton production, and pond size. Andhra Pradesh freshwater culture well established in Godavari and Krishna Delta areas, Godavari River and Krishna River, which are very important rivers for freshwater fish culture practice in Andhra Pradesh state. The land area where freshwater activities are going on is more than 1 lakh hectares. Every year here producing more than 5 lakh metric tons of fish. So which is exporting to other states like major states in India, West Bengal, Bihar, and other northeastern states. So here the highly fish yield coming because of the good plankton production. I have a lot of work I done in Beckerman University when I was a research scholar on only plankton. I produced my thesis. I got a doctorate, of course. So the same service I here utilized for plankton production, nature, not natural, artificial plankton production, which is very, very important. Now the natural food. So our Indian major crops, both Katla and Rohu, especially they are planktivorous species. Katla surface feeder, of course, Rohia Coleman feeder. Both areas, surface area of the pond and Coleman area of the pond are highly plankton producing areas where a lot of zooplankton production and phytoplankton production is available through fertilization, pond fertilization, chicken manure, cattle dung, and other inorganic fertilizers. So a lot of inorganic fertilizers also here we are using for phytoplankton production. So on the basis of highest phytoplankton production, 85% of the labor water here we are stocking. 85% of the labor water here we are stocking. This figure is a theoretical figure. Just a few minutes back, Professor Srivastava told 30 or 40% of Rohira, but not like 85%. That is on the basis of phytoplankton production. When phytoplankton production is very high, we going for 85% of total plankton, total species stocking density of the pond, the Rohira, 85% of Rohira, and remaining 15% of the Katla. Only 2 species we are here we are culturing, not composite farming. Here only 2 species culture we are here going on. So because of the zooplankton production in the pond production, when we are going for a ratio of the phytoplankton and zooplankton ratio, so zooplankton always lesser than the phytoplankton. Zooplankton production maximum 15%. On the base of the zooplankton production, here the species density and ratio we changed on the base of the plankton production. So when we are going for the 85% of the Rohira and 50% of the Katla, we will get much better results, better yields, better growth, everything. Not only that plankton production, then we are going for the fish age. Fish age also very, very important. Fish age also very, very important. So at least 1 year age is very, very important. 1 year age, 1 year old fish seed is having a better growth and better yield. So here what we are doing, and fingerlings when you fry or we are stocking and keep it for more than a year, more than 1 year or 2 years, or it maybe 5 years also. Some old seed is available. So that seed having a mature growth potential. So the next one is this is the fish age and fish size. Size also. Size is more than always. Stocking size is 100 grams is better size. 100 gram of the fish is better size. So next is pond size. Pond size is very, very important. So we stocking in a 5-acre pond. Growth always 20 to 35% different. When we are going in a large stage, reservoirs like that. Here we having a more than 100 acres on 100 acres ponds. So small farmers are there, marginal farmers are there, large scale farmers are there. So all the 3 farms we are managing. Every day I am visiting the ponds, giving the suggestions to the pond farmers for better plankton production, for better good health seeds, everything. We are seeing everything. So per annum, because of these practices, per hectare we are getting 12 to 15 tons of the production through Indian major crops. So the production is very, very important. Why? The production is very important. The cost of production, when we are our pond yield is more than 10 tons per hectare, the cost of production will be reduced. Pond production is less, cost of production will increase, farmer will get loss. So always farmer will be very, very profitable when he will get the pond production, highest pond production, that is per hectare 10 to 15 tons per hectare per annum. So these are all things depends upon the plankton production year round. Every once in a 15 days we have to monitor the plankton production. Plankton production is very, very important. Plankton production is very high, the fish growth is very high. So along with this plankton production, here we are a lot of supplementary diets like de-oiled cake. De-oiled cake means rice bran, rice bran extracted the oil. So without oil cakes, when much oil is present, the fish become a fatty. Fish become fatty. At the same time, growth will be reduced because of the fatty fish. Fatty fish never grow faster. So here we are practicing supplementary diets with de-oiled cakes, de-oiled rice bran. Now it is available throughout country. Rice bran, because India is a major paddy producing country. So after the paddy produces a lot of rice bran is available. That rice bran de-oiled, and that is useful for the fish production. So along with the de-oiled cakes, other cakes like groundnut oil cakes, mustard oil cakes, all are we are using. That also not much percentage. De-oiled cake always we are using maximum 90% of the de-oiled cake, the remaining 10% of other cakes. So this is the important for growth of the fish. Plankton production, supplementary diets also the categorically 90% of the de-oiled the rice bran, and other is groundnut oil cakes. Groundnut oil or other any oil cakes, sunflower, mustard oil, the mustard oil cake, the other cotton seed cakes. Along these things, these supplementary diets, floating fish feeds and sinking fish feeds also nowadays available. So floating and sinking fish. So when we are using for the floating and sinking fish feeds, they are very costly. The farmer will get loss. So if they are going for it. So farmer always keep it in mind. The plankton production is very, very important because Indian major crops are natural feeders, natural plankton feeders. So in reservoirs we are getting a lot of production because of the natural production. So that same thing here we are applying. So the natural production, how it is available because of the organic manuring. Inorganic manuring is important for zooplankton production. Inorganic manuring is very, very important for phytoplankton production. The both plankton, zooplankton and phytoplankton are most important for katla and rohu production in the pond. So that's why here we are getting a lot of fish production due to the plankton and supplementary diets. So what we are doing here, the practice. So this is the only, I think, 2 species culture, katla and only rohu culture. Mrigal is very, very scarce. Mrigal we are not giving because mrigal because of the using the lot of organic fertilizers. Pond become the decomposition rate is very high. Mrigal most of the time mrigal is going to death because of the deoxygenation conditions. So that's why here present we are not using the Mregal. Mregal means sometimes we are suggesting less than 50 or 100 species per acre. So maximum 250 species per hectare we are suggesting to the farmer. But so farmers are always doing that. The only single species, 2 species culture, Katla and Rogo. So that is the more profitable. So these conditions I'm not suggesting applying throughout the country, because here we are doing the deltas areas. Deltas areas are very potential for the plankton. According to the plankton production only, we are suggesting 2 species culture in Kollur Lake area. Hello. Thank you. Thank you to listening to my lecture to all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank sir. On behalf of SSN Zoology and Biotechnology, I would firstly like to thank VC sir, Professor A.K. Pandey sir, for giving us a platform. Fish culture. We're extremely grateful to all our eminent speakers, Professor Pradeep Srivastava sir, Professor Sharad Srivastava sir, Professor Kanhare sir, Shri Ajay Kelkar sir, Shri Sahadev Nagle sir, and most importantly, we are very thankful to our very own B.S. Rao sir, Shankar Rao sir. Thank you very much, sir. On a very short notice, you were available with us. We are very thankful to our organizing team who worked on and off stage. We are very thankful to all the people who worked for, who have given us technical support. We are thankful to our HOD ma'am, Professor Lata Bhattacharya ma'am, for giving us a platform to popularize this. And most important, last but not the least, we are very, very thankful to all the participants. About more than 400 participants registered in this event. We are very thankful to all of them. We hope to host you in a much better manner in the coming events that we are planning. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone. And we are really sorry for the technical inconvenience. We are hoping to host you in a much better manner. Thank you very much. बोला मैंने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन